Hey there, first off I want to thank you for clicking on this video as it is not my typical content. There will be no product reviews or any men's how-to video on this one. If that's what you're looking for, however, please go back and watch the almost 9 years worth of content that I have specifically talking about those things. If you're here because you're kind of curious about what the thumbnail is all about, well, I hope that you stick around to the end. Now, I've been recording videos close to every week for about the last 9 years come January. And in those 9 years, I've had a lot of different backdrops, backgrounds, video equipment, lighting equipment, different setups. And well, now I have one that I am probably still going to change up, to be honest with you, but it has worked very well for about the last year. And well, I really want to show you guys what I've been able to do with the help of you guys viewing me and the companies that have worked with me and supported me with videos over the last almost 9 years. But if we go ahead and force back you guys up a bit, you can see that I am not in a large area. In fact, I'm not even in a regular square room, as I've been recording all of these videos in an attic for almost 9 years now. It gets hot up here, it gets cold up here, and it is a challenge to work around, but I have managed to make it work, and I am pretty happy with where it's at right now, although I already know some upgrades that I'll be making. But that's enough of me blabbing. Let me give you guys the grand tour. And this here is what I usually see when I am recording. I've got my Canon R with a simple 24-105 lens. And if you ever notice me looking over, it's because that's where that flip screen is. Here it is a decent mic. It really helps cut down on the echo that the camera. And this is behind the scenes if I was sitting there. You can see I've got my camera in center, and then I've got two Neewer 660 LED panels, which are very nice as they don't take up much room in here and they're super easy to move around. As you see here, I don't have a ton of floor. Then I also use the ceiling light as a little bit of a hair light. And to light up the screen in the back, I've just been using that guy right there. It's a light box that shines up on there, and the camera is set to make that look. Now, one of my newest additions to the studio is this backdrop, and before it I had a wood backdrop that was fabric. In fact, I still have it, but it was actually connected up to a PVC frame that I had made, and so I wasn't able to really do anything over here. And well, that just had to go because behind here is a window that I needed to put an air conditioner in finally, because honestly I was getting tired of 90 to 100 degree days up here when it was 70 outside. I went ahead and splurged for the roll up backdrop, and it has made life so much easier and extended the usefulness of this room by quite a bit. Now, if you happen to get one of these, I would highly suggest to be careful about how hard you pull on this chain, because I actually bent one on accident because I pulled on it just a little bit too hard. It's got a metal rod going through it to hold it there, but it turns out it wasn't very strong. I would also suggest to just go ahead and buy the aluminum tube for it right away. I first had a cardboard one in there and it sunk down really quick. So once we bring up the backdrop here, I've got a little greenhouse thing for the spring to start plants. I've got my little pipe and tobacco collection here because I do enjoy that from time to time. Over here I've got a lot of these shirts that you see me wear in my videos here, as well as one that you never see me wear, which is the 30-day reviews polo, and some shirts for the fire department. Then we hide a whole bunch of mess and more mess up here. This whole thing, guys, is all like cords and electronic components. Let me know if you guys got something that bad at your house. Now, for the last few months I have had this setup, which is my flash, and I haven't really used it, but I've left it set up because I need to learn how to use it. It's just a Neewer NW570, and this whole thing here is a Godox. Here we have my desk that I sit at while recording. Nothing beautiful, nothing special. Then over here we've got some more little shelves that I used to have product on, but I don't anymore. That is a very large lens for my camera. It's a 150-600. Then down here we've got a whole bunch of stuff for the channel. Here I've got some camera accessories. Here is some stuff that I still need to review, like Luxurious Bastards Pine Tar Soap. I haven't had a beard for a while. Allium block. And there's a few other things in here that I just have not gotten around to recording yet. Down here we've got the sticker bin. This whole thing is full of stickers. Some more camera attachments, some stuff for B-roll, Ed's old costume, and some random other boxes. Then just more mess there. Go over to the other side of the room. We've got just my mess, like what I use a lot. Clippers and deodorant, and for when you get a little, you know, sweaty places. Next up we have a couple of shelves. Now I put these together for live streams, which we will be doing eventually. So this shelf here is all shaving stuff. Then we go down to mustache wax and books. Underneath that we've got head shaving stuff. And then we've got a couple of slide outs here. Just products, extra products that aren't on the shelf. And about the same, and my book fell. I need to figure out how to attach these up there a little bit better. So if you guys happen to have any ideas, let me know. Then over here we've got the smaller shelf, which right now it just has a whole bunch of Brios products on it. We got our beard oils and beard balms, and then just a bunch of shaving and mustache related products, which by the way, this one here, as well as this one here, is available to purchase. Link down below. Past that, we've got my little battery charging station and all the things that are plugged in, as well as my blow dryer. And I actually made this entire table here for the sole purpose of not having to set up and record B-roll on this thing. Because to be completely honest with you, it was a huge pain in the butt to set up and tear down all the time. And I really wanted my channel to have a little bit of a coherentness to it, and the B-rolls to all kind of be the same and stuff. And that's where this table comes in very handy. Now this table here is actually quite a bit higher than your standard table is, because I wanted to be able to just hold my camera at chest height and record B-roll. And this has really provided that. And I knew I wanted to be able to have like a shower scene. So excuse all of this mess here. It's from the last few videos that I did. So this side here, I went ahead and glued some tile board to, and I've just got some little tiles laying here that I can remove if I want to ever change them out. And of course, all of this needs lighting, which I have 2 of those lights. This one here is actually the one that was on the floor earlier. Now the newest addition to the studio is this track on the ceiling that goes all the way around. And if you have seen any of my live streams recently, you may have noticed that I have a black curtain behind me or behind the shelves. Well, that is exactly what this is here. It allows me to just pull this around and pull this one over here to the center. And now I can live stream from the table and have a nice black backdrop without needing to see the computer or anything that might be messy on that desk. Aside of that, I've got a nice backdrop for live streaming without needing to see the B-roll table. Now you might be wondering why this would be handy. Well, when I'm sitting there and I'm facing this way towards the curtain, it helps cut down on the echo because the sound isn't going all the way to the other side of the room and then all the way back for a delay. And it just helps kind of buffer out the sound. I don't always remember to do this, but I'm getting better at it. I also think that it's set up like this. If I was to have somebody taking pictures over here in front of the screen, I could very easily use that as a little partition if they needed to change into something else. Of course, that would be just an extra barrier as I left the room. And the fourth reason why I like the track going all the way around like that is because it just gives me one more option of a place to record either myself or somebody else, with hopefully giving the illusion of a big empty room. Now I've never used it like this, but it is one option that I like having available. So now that I've spent way too long on the curtains, let's go ahead and take a look at the piece de resistance, which is the computer. All right, the computer desk and area here. Let's start out with a decent OK TV up here. Nothing special, it's old, but it works. And I use that for this computer down here, which is a Linux computer for just messing around on, and the Xbox. My main computer is right up here, and it's got some fairly okay specs. Then I have a 4K or very close to 4K monitor and 2 1080s. This one here usually has all my chats in it and Discord and such. This side here is usually entertainment or files, and then this middle one is what I'm usually doing stuff on, like editing. And it looks to me like DaVinci Resolve has an update that is needed. Now I'm definitely not an audiophile, and I just have some little Sony Air speakers with little bass things on the side. Beside the speaker over here, we've got a NW100 that is for the microphone for live streaming and recording a voiceover, and that is now on a Thronomax. microphone stand. I really do like it. It gives me the option to pull it right over and right near my face for recording. And I really like that, especially when I'm recording like some voiceover. And it seems to work pretty well and is out of the way of the Logitech video camera that I've got right up here. I recently bought this Logitech light as well, live stream, so that I have a little bit of frontal light, and I'm not a huge fan of it directly on me. Kind of blows me out a little bit, so I just bounce it off the ceiling and it seems to work really nicely. Now all three of these monitors are the same brand. They are all AOCs and they are all very nicely priced for somebody like me on a budget. Then of course down here I've got all of my little desk buddies. Of course I've got my controller and my headset down here, which is a Lucid Sound. I use those just for the Xbox. And then of course I have my desk chair. Yes, it is a desk chair and not a gaming chair. Don't get gaming chairs for computer stuff. Now both the desk as well as the computer stand over there were all built by me. The computer stand rolls out. I actually built that last winter. Now you might be wondering, that's all good, but what was behind the sheet of the recording table? Honestly, it's just a bunch of storage. It's a couple of containers, a bunch of pieces of flooring that I used to use as backdrops and such in pictures, and I have a little rolly card on there with a few things that I use in videos as well. So yeah, I hope that you guys have enjoyed my chaotic little studio. I do want to say thanks once again for watching this video if you've made it all the way through, as well as thank you for watching any of my other videos that you may have watched or commented on, as if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't have the support from the companies to be able to do this, and the upgrades would not have happened as fast as they did over the last almost 9 years, because I would have had to be buying all of those products instead. And yes, about 98% of the money that I get from YouTube, Amazon, or the occasional paid video, I have pretty much put it all back into the recordings and the company. And for the foreseeable future, that's pretty much where all of this kind of income goes to. Now, if you're interested in any of the products that I talked about today, I will be linking several of them down in the video description. So go ahead and check that out, as well as go ahead and leave me a question on pretty much anything that you have seen in this video or want to know about. And please forgive any of the little messes that you may have seen. It's an old house. There's stuff falling off the walls, cracks in the ceiling, you know, that kind of thing. As well as, I'll be honest with you, I'm not the most organized person in the world. So just forget you guys saw any of that. And if you want to see a video about mustache wax, make sure to check out this video up here. Down below, that's going to be one that you may enjoy as well. Until next time, as always, you have a good one.